Welcome to another tutorial with Bee. I am excited that you're here because today we are talking about 5 steps to a successful newsletter. So let's get straight into it. The number one is, of course, that you've got an audience, right? So that you've got an audience that is interested in what you're saying. So obviously you got to choose them wisely. Ideally, they're subscribed through your website or through your orders or anything that is digitally happening, maybe as well as your email signature. But in addition to that, spread them around your network, right? Like if you go to networking events, ask them if you can add them to your newsletter. Explain to them why your newsletter is worth for them to open and to see, right? Why they should be on your list. So really important to have the right audience. Also, make sure that you reset your audience every 6 months to make sure that there are no people in there that are not opening your newsletters, because that will automatically give you a bad reputation with all the email providers, and then they're not going to send out your newsletters. So make sure that you clear out those people that are not reading your newsletters every 6 months. Next thing is the subject line, right? So simple, but often a lot of people actually forget about it. They don't forget about it, but they don't put too much thought into it. It's got to be really, it's got to be punchy. Ideally, it has got some numbers in it. It shouldn't be too long. And if you can personalize it, even better, right? If you could start with, Thomas, these are the 3 things you should know in the new year about. Or these are our top 3 templates for 2026, for example. So make sure it's short and sweet, it's punchy, it's to the point, it's interesting for people because they get so many emails. Why will they open yours? Next one is the content language and the benefit of reading your newsletter. I went into that already earlier, but if you do a monthly newsletter, make sure that you put valuable content in there. Why do people want to read your newsletter? Speak their language and answer the questions that they may have. What are they interested in? What FAQs do you get regularly from your clients or from your leads that should be incorporated into your newsletter? Don't overload your newsletter. It should not be an essay. It should only be we usually put 3 segments in it. Even 2 would do, but I would not do more than 4. People just don't read it. And of course, make sure it's interesting what you're saying. The next thing is the rhythm. And I already said, if you do a monthly newsletter, you want to make sure it's packed with value. If you do them more frequently, even more so, it's really, really important that you have a right rhythm and people know when to expect it. There are some newsletters, and I'm sure you know that too. There are some newsletters that you are absolutely waiting for because you know they always send it at a particular time of the day or the month or a certain day. And I'm like, I love reading this. This is really filling my cup, or it's really helpful. So that is something that I would highly recommend, to have a set rhythm. So the Thrive letter, for example, always goes out in the first week of the month. Very rarely, and I must admit in December it went out a week later, and that is only because I thought it would be a bit better to send it later because then people are calming down a bit. So you got to be a bit strategic about it as well when you send it. Don't send it obviously at midnight. So yeah, timing is important as well. Usually 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. During the week for professional service firms would be ideal. If you are then in the health space, send it out at a later time, maybe in the evening or at the weekends. It really it's a testing thing. You want to make sure, test it maybe once at lunchtime, and then maybe test it the next time in the evening, and test it the next time at the weekend, depending on what industry you're in and when you know that your audience is active. Lastly, and that is number 5, is the results. And I mean with that, obviously have a look, what is a good open rate? How many people are reading your newsletter? So if you get an open rate between 40 to 60%, perfect. That is what we want. The higher, the better. And then you know that you're getting, that you're doing the right thing. Because if only 20% read it, then it also, I must admit here though, that is also depending on how large your audience is and what you're writing about. But usually it will be, between 40 to 6% is great. If you can go above that, well, great. But yeah, so keep tracking it. So we keep a track every month, like how many people have opened, who has opened the newsletter as well. So you can reach out to those people, because if they were the same people opening your newsletter every month, might be worth reaching out to them, right? Yeah. So just have a look what is happening in your newsletter, like why did that newsletter perform so well. That's it in a nutshell, really. Well, it wasn't a nutshell, but it's that is all the magic about newsletters. If you need help, if you need some advice, we're here to help.